Thursday, September 15th, 2022. This is Arthur Alesia. I'm Manuel Snoogeyfaces, part such and such and such a to the other. 20 September the 15th, 2022. Oh my God. Trying to think of what to say. So, okay. The other thing I want to talk about is businesses. Um, okay, yeah, Alicia's Journey music list forever. And I said this years ago. I don't even start businesses to sell because I want to when I leave something for my children, hopefully, and just from the generations before us. If our family had land or anything like that, they already sold it. And generations down the line, we struggling. My grandfather had all kind of land, and grandmother had all kind of land in Louisiana. And by me being their oldest grandchild, the baby, when they passed away, died, I don't know what happened to that land. So, when I, in my businesses, I want something to pass down the generations for my children. And, I'm looking at around, we look at around our communities, and people have sold their businesses or had businesses. And then the next thing you know, it's a big racial war going on. The same people that sold the stuff could be the same people that start the racialness. You want to call this little side of the town Mexico. You want to call this little side of the town Africa. You want to call this little side of town. But who sold the business to? Whoever it is that you're talking about, making the racial slurs and stuff. So, this is America. My thing here is I want to have something for my children and their children and children's children. We had a neighbor, and she died the same day she paid her house off. She could have been about 86 or maybe 90, but her husband already died, and she left her son the house. Eventually, I guess they sold the house to the historic museum because it was an historic house. But she died on the same day she paid the house off. Now, she was from the slavery days, okay? That's how long she lived. My mom was working, struggling to buy and pay for a house. Man. When you get married and they sell your house and stuff, it's going to be rented out or Airbnb, whatever it is, for my next generation. That's just how I feel. Other people can feel different. They selling their house and they moving to Texas and Florida and this and this and that, or they don't want to be bothered with the issues and like that. That's grand. God bless you. But I have struggled to buy a house. Finally got my name on a house, and then I'm going to sell it. I mean, it's different if I was, in real estate, flipping houses, da 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 da. But for personal, for my family, I want to have something for them. When we're kids, we don't even think about, the future or having something place to stay when one of us don't got, is homeless, so we going through stuff. We ain't got no home to go back to because mama gone. So we don't think about that stuff like that, holding on to and taking care of a family house. And then I see people that got houses that their parents left them, and it's some type of war is going on with the property, intellectual property, or how many people is doing this or not doing that. So I guess you do have to put stuff in your will and how you want stuff to be. I'm like, really? It's because it's a bunch of chaos. But yeah, That was just a thought that passed my mind. Also crossed my mind. So I appreciate my uncle talking about keep your own property when you get married. Oh no. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep your own. You know, even not for you. You know, your children or whatever, if you can. And you know, we got ours. I got mine. You got yours. We got ours. Everything's supposed to be one when you get married. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.